Alright, now I'm going to start over again because I friggin' bumped the camera and the battery popped out. So anyway, I'm not sure what we said before. Maybe I'll just start over again. The person dropped this off. It's a Honda GX100, 3 horsepower, Airline. They dropped it off for me to go over it. They have done nothing to it, nothing. So we're going to tear it apart. I already pulled the heat hose off. I did a video, but I bumped it and the batteries popped out of the damn camera. So I pulled the heat hose off, and we're gonna go ahead and pull the head off. Okay. Let me watch this camera. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. Pretty easy. I mean, the thing you have to make sure is, now since this is old, I'm going to say it's got to be, well, it's even 2006. It's probably 20 years old, okay? Doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. The 3 horsepower motors were good, but I didn't like the tanks because what happened was Honda changed the cap height and then the lids wouldn't fit. And then we had to stretch the lids back in the day to make them fit. Not a great idea. But the plastic is awesome because you don't have to sit there and worry about tanks. So, Torx 25 on all the screws, all right? So what we're going to do is, I already checked them. If these were to have been stuck, you got to be careful because these are stainless screws. I can already see there's no anti-seize on there. So whoever assembled this before I started with the company, I started with the company I think in 05. So this is before my time because I would have gotten this stuff caked in anti-seize. So anyway, it's a Torx 25. They never had this apart. I can already look at the overpressure valve here. This is coming apart, and I'm sure that looks like crap. But just for a quick look, you know what? That's funny, boy. This still looks pretty good. You know, for an older unit, and what they did was back then, let me see if I can get this. They used plastic. These are flapper valves. This is a flapper valve retainer. Okay, they're plastic. If the Delrin, whenever they had a problem with the flapper valve going bad, flapper valves are right here. It would melt the Delrin, which create heat. It would normally melt these. Now the new ones are aluminum, so I'm going to tear it apart anyway and check it because even a hairline fracture in a retainer will give you a problem. But I'm very impressed with that. That looks okay. And as far as the piston cup, it doesn't look too bad either. And I always move it up and down to check for any kind of binding. If you can move this up and down and you feel any resistance, it's time to change it. So it's really not looking too bad, but let's just go ahead and pull this off. And let's see. So, see, back in the day, they used these really long screws on the old one, and Thomas also makes these little short little screws, but you don't need. I'm going to put the shorter ones in here, but a lot of times I do use my screw gun. So why don't I do that? Why don't I use my screw gun? So I don't have to mess with this. It'll take all day, you know. Because like I said, when I put this thing back together, it's going to be anti-seize everywhere, baby. And move it around a little bit. Hell, that screw's loose. That shouldn't be loose. You know, the connecting rod feels pretty good. Feels real good. So that's a good thing because these con rods are a couple $100. So I will have to contact this person and see how far do they want to go into fixing this up. I personally, if they've never done a rebuild, I would suggest popping a new piston cup. I would recommend that. And that'll be another video. I got to talk to them first and kind of figure out the story. And I'm definitely going to be pulling this apart and checking the flapper valves, because these plastic retainers have got to go. But it's like there's oil in here, and there shouldn't be any kind of oil in here, because the piston cup, unless somebody, and I've seen it before, this should not have oil on here, unless somebody sprayed some kind of lubricant on there and it got past the piston cup and got into the cylinder sleeve, because the cylinder sleeve has got, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's like right here. You can see there's something in there. So, yeah, we're going to address that. But I think for right now, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to come back again, because I'll do this in sections, and we'll just come back again. And so anyway, all right. We'll see you soon. Bye.